Let's see between these two sauces the one you think you love. One is fish sauce with carrots, and the other one is a local sauce made with palm oil and tomatoes. So let's begin with the first one. First one is the fish sauce. We'll start by deboning the fish. You wouldn't want to be eating and you're having bones all over your food, so I would suggest you debone and remove the center bone just as you see me do, and then chop into biteable sizes and set it aside for later use. After deboning, you wash and rinse properly, introduce it into a bowl. Then we're going to season this. You can season with any seasoning of choice, but for me, I'll be seasoning with dark soy sauce and oyster sauce. You can decide any seasoning of choice. Like I said, I keep this very simple because I don't want it over salted, right? You can decide to introduce any fish seasoning, it's still okay, but I would just marinate with dark soy sauce, and then I'll introduce a little bit of cornstarch. I'll mix properly to combine, cover this and allow it to sit for 10 to 20 minutes depending on your time. Now while the fish is resting, right, I'll go on to prepping my vegetables. And for today's sauce, I'll be using red, yellow and green bell peppers, and I will chop them into my best or preferred shape. Okay, you can decide to cut to any shape of your choice. Anyone works. Now if you incorporate bell peppers into your food 2 or 3 times in a week, right, your skin tone will tell you thank you. Bell peppers are just too good to brighten you up and give you that glow that you've been looking for from the inward. So I love bell peppers a whole lot. Anyone you have available, be it the green, the yellow, the red, right? You probably might not use the three of them. It depends. If you want, fine. If you don't have it, use anyone you have available. So after cutting the bell peppers, I went on to cutting the carrots to my preferred shape. I prefer them in this chunk shape because I love to chew carrots a whole lot. Now I also cut and set aside 3 large onions. I love onions a whole lot. I don't know about you, so do what works for you. So let's begin with the cooking proper. I introduce a little bit of sesame oil into the pot. Then I will allow it to get a bit hot. After that, I will introduce the fish that I marinated earlier. I will fry it until the both sides turn brown. I'll then remove it and set it aside. I want to use this opportunity to welcome you to 426 Kitchen. On this channel, we'll cook all things African, especially Nigerian soups and every other African dishes that you might want to try. So this place is your best plug if you want to learn how to make any kind of Nigerian dishes. This channel is for you. Kindly do well to subscribe to the channel, turn on your bell notification so you'll be notified each time I introduce a new video. And for my returning subscribers, thank you for always stopping by. I appreciate you. Thank you. The fishes were ready. I removed and set aside. Into the same pan, I introduce onions, right? I introduce fresh pepper. If you don't like pepper, please do away with it, but I love pepper a whole lot. I introduce a bit of seasoning, introduce carrot because carrot is the toughest vegetable that I will be using today. Now I will stir properly to combine. Allow this to fry for 1 minute. Right, introduce any seasoning that you may want to introduce at this point. Right, after stirring for 1 minute, you introduce your red, yellow and green bell peppers and stir properly to combine. This sauce is a quick one. It doesn't take time to prepare. Okay, all you need to do is just to prepare all your ingredients, because when you start adding one, you will just add the remaining at a time. Now I introduce the fish we fried earlier. Okay, and then I will stir properly to combine, and I'm also going to thicken this up with a slurry I made with cornstarch, dark soy sauce and a little bit of oyster sauce. Right, I will introduce it and then I will stir properly to combine. Adjust with a bit of water if the liquid is not enough for you, right? It will also thicken up. So stir and allow this to fry for up to 2 minutes. and the sauce will be ready. For this particular sauce, I want it to be a bit thick, right? A bit chewy with the vegetables, not too much sauce in it. But if you don't like it that way, right, you can decide to loosen it up with a bit of water to get you more sauce to use for your food. At this point, the sauce is ready. Fish sauce. You can pair with anything of choice. White rice, potato, yam, just about anything. And we'll move on to the second one, which is this locally made tomato sauce. The sauce is made with palm oil, and I hope you will understand the nature behind this sauce. And this sauce, I bet you, tasted and looks very delicious. Now to begin, we'll start off by introducing palm oil into the pan, and when it's a little bit hot, we're not gonna bleach this oil, right? When it's a little bit hot, you introduce onions and you will stir properly to combine. You allow the onions to be fragrant for up to 2 to 3 minutes. You can also decide to bleach the oil, but for me, I'm not gonna bleach this particular oil. After allowing the onions to fry for up to 2 to 3 minutes, I'll introduce this roughly blended pepper. In there is shombo and habanero pepper blended together, and I introduce it. I will stir and allow it to fry into the oil for up to 5 minutes. While the peppers are frying, I'll go ahead and introduce ogiri. I don't know if you've used this locally made spice on anything local like this kind of sauce. It tastes really nice. I would love for you to try it and let me know in the comment section how you felt or the taste it gave to you. I know it will give you a nice taste because it did on this sauce. So after frying the ogiri, I introduced prawns. Now I will stir properly to combine. This particular prawns was not pounded. I'm going to also introduce a little bit of pounded prawns later on here, right? I allow this to fry for 2 minutes. I'll then introduce blended prawns. Then I will stir properly to combine. Allow this to fry for up to 10 minutes. Please let it fry, okay? Let the tomatoes fry so it will remove the tanginess that it has. Then you can introduce any protein of choice, dry fish, or more, anything you have, meat, fish, anything you have available, you can introduce it here. So I introduce this momo, okay, cow skin, aka momo. So I stirred properly to combine because this is on a low budget, but the taste of the sauce was amazing and I loved it a whole lot. Then I will allow the omo to soak in the sauce properly, and the sauce will be on its way to getting ready at this point. This is the best time for me to introduce my diced tomatoes because I still want to chew them. I don't want them totally, dissolved into the sauce. I still want them crunchy and a bit chewy. That's why I introduce it now. Then I will just stir properly to combine, taste and adjust with any lacking seasoning that you may have, be it crayfish or any other thing you think is not enough here. Okay, you can adjust. I adjusted with a bit of seasoning, and then I will stir properly to combine. Allow this to simmer for up to 2 to 3 minutes, and the sauce will be ready. If you've watched up until this time and you have not subscribed to the channel, please do well to subscribe, turn on your bell notification so you'll be notified each time I introduce a new video. And for my returning subscribers, thank you for always stopping by. I appreciate you. Here I introduce a bit of salt and I will stir properly to combine. This sauce is ready. You can pair this sauce with yam. Look, you will love it. Pair it with rice. You will love it. Pair this sauce with beans. You will love it. Pair it with potatoes. You will love it. And the sauce was delicious. Let me know in the comment section the one you prefer. This one is a locally made sauce with palm oil, while the other one is carrot sauce, delicious as well. So let me know the one you will prefer or the one you'll be trying this weekend? Let me know that in the comment section. And this is the outcome of the sauce. Will you be trying it? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Till I see you in my next video, do have a pleasant day, and thank you once again. Can you see the redness of this? Thank you for watching. Bye bye.